Ladies and gents, welcome to Flying Pig United. I am your host for the evening on a not so festive evening, unfortunately, because obviously, as the result, we all know. However, we have some fantastic guests with us in G Wolf. How you doing, G?
Yeah, all good.
Good to see you, man. And how we doing, Eddie? You all right?
A little bit down, but you know.
Yeah.
The obvious, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we may as well start with the obvious, and just before we jump into it, just want to say a big welcome to everyone in the comments as well. We are going to get through as many comments as we can, so please join in, give all your input, your opinions on how it went. We're going to ask various questions, so as I say, just give your input, and as we go through, and we'll get through as many comments as we can as well. But let's start with the result first and foremost. I didn't see this one coming, even though we went down to 10 men. 2-1 to Young Boys. Okay, before I give my thoughts on that, G, can we start with yourself, please?
Dear me. Well, Ollie's had a minute, hasn't he? His substitutions, the red card didn't help. To start with Saka. It was a clumsy challenge, but I don't think it deserved to be a red. In my opinion, I thought it was a yellow.
Okay.
It could have been a leg breaker, though. That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll analyse that specific challenge in due course. But for the result, in terms of it being 2-1, do you think that was a fair reflection of the game? Would you say?
Say the truth, when we go down to 10 men, yeah, probably. When Ollie brings on Lingard and doesn't do anything to change it, you can't defend that. So at the end of the day, it was our own downfall.
Yeah,
It was shocking though. I thought Shaw should have for their first goal. I thought Shaw should have at least got a nick on it for the keeper. Didn't get enough of a touch on it.
Okay.
There was a bit of a deflection in there as well.
With the ball in.
Know.
It was a little bit, but I think he could have got more on it.
Okay. Well, with that, what we're going to do, we are going to analyse, ladies and gents, the actual nuances of how it went down. Unfortunately, it didn't go in our favour, obviously. We're going to look at some of the stats. We are going to look at Wan-Bissaka's challenge, which led to a red card. Ollie's tactics will be a big talking point, obviously, and then we'll look at the Champions League table as it stands and some of the fixtures coming up as well. Eddie, how do you think it went? Was the 2-1 a fair result in the end?
So I just want to analyze a little bit of how we actually started with 11 men. Okay, it seemed like it was nothing out of the ordinary, where it is kind of slow passing at the back, and then I don't know if you guys noticed, there's a bit of long balls kept going over the top a little bit.
Yeah.
Lindelof trying his trademark ball over the top.
Yeah.
And then Bruno was looking good though. I like Bruno. I mean, that assist, that outside of the boot assist, that's what I want to see more from Bruno, because he's worthy of doing that kind of thing, rather than, because sometimes he just hit the ball a little bit too hard. Van der Beek, I can't believe he got a start. I actually couldn't believe he started there.
Are you saying that's not warranted? That wasn't a warranted start though, or are you saying he didn't?
I would say it was. I think he's deserved to get a start a few games ago, And in there, I expected him to look a bit more rusty than he did. I don't think he looked bad, his match fitness for me. He looked sharp, because sometimes when people stay on the bench, they tend to look a little bit off the pace when they come into any game. I know it's young boys, but you still have to, it's still humans versus humans. Yeah, if you're not playing, you're gonna have less fitness, aren't you? Sometimes, but you still look good. If we're going to go towards analyzing the whole game, though, it's for me, Ole making those changes. I heard Joe on his watch along talk about how he really did kind of surrender the game. There was too many negative changes, I think. I mean, I know we have to make some defensive changes, but it's not like it was Real Madrid or PSG or a top team. It was young boys.
Okay. So that to that point, and I have to touch on that straight away. Seeing as we're on it, G Wolf, you alluded to it as well. The fact that, look, this was going to be a topic for further down the line. Guys, give us your input in the comments. We've got 42 watching, so make sure you're liking and subscribing, please. Make sure you're following this fantastic channel. So we may as well get back straight into it, basically. Okay, so let's start with the substitution, for example. Yes, we went down to 10 men. That's obvious. Normally, you pull the plug on an attacking player, which we did do. Brought in Delo, took off obviously Jadon Sancho, whose performance I did want to kind of touch on as well. I feel like he obviously still adjusting to the Premier League. Obviously, he's still only 21 even. So I think people need to remember he's only 21. He's never played in the Premier League before, so there's a bit of an adjustment period there as well. But that being said, if we go back to the actual substitutions, where it was a bit strange when obviously he took off Ronaldo and then subsequently brought on two midfielders as opposed to we had Martial on the bench, which he then brought on a bit later. A bit strange for me. Yeah, a bit strange for me. So that in itself, and I really didn't want to make this about Ole and his tactical prowess or lack of, but it keeps rearing its head, and it seems to be in European football is a different animal altogether. I think we'll all agree. But when you, as you both alluded to, again, the opposition that was in front of us in young boys, we didn't really need to show them that amount of respect. As you said there, G. Wilf, yourself, it was really the game, as Joe did mention earlier on the watch along, it was really handed to them on a silver platter, if you like, and you're like, what are you doing? And then I'm thinking, obviously after half time, he then obviously the free, obviously at the back, and he's tinkered with the, I think he's trying, but when you're not a tactical genius or you don't have that tactical nous, you don't necessarily need to be a genius, but you don't have the nous to make the alterations in game or even at half time, which he had, and we lost the game from that point. It's worrying, and I think the commentator alluded to it at some point as well, where you mentioned, okay, with the attacking talent at Ole's disposal that we had in display, should we really?
Shane, sorry, but
go ahead, mate.
Man United counter-attack a lot. That's predominant to the game with Man United, To go down to 10 men was set up for just pure counter. Yes. And I'm surprised we didn't see enough of that in that second half, For what I saw in the second half, I was on a stream which was crashing a little bit, but all I saw was the young boys attacking. And all I can remember, there's going to be other attacks, but all I can remember is Ronaldo doing that attack where he almost got a penalty. Yeah, that was controversial. In my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. I think it was a little bit soft, to be honest. I think a lot of people would disagree with me, but you look like you could have kept going. Yeah, and there's a rule now where a little bit of a touch, it's not going to be a foul.
But it wasn't a little bit of touch. You literally.
What I saw was a little bit.
Okay, so one thing I always say, because I'm involved in the Sunday League team, and one of the things you'd always say you should do is put your body in between yourself and the your body between yourself and the man, the ball and the man, I should say. And so Ronaldo did that. So for me, a lot of the times, how are you going to get to the ball without going through the man? So it was. Don't get me wrong, it would have been a soft penalty. However, Ronaldo did the right thing of putting himself in between the man and the ball, and how you have to go through him. So I don't know. It's one for the debate, really.
Sort of like this bit of the arm, didn't he? To push him out
he did. And I think that in itself was a little bit suspect as well, wasn't it? And I did want to.
I didn't see too much of that, I think it was maybe a nudge, but check out
these stats, guys, as well. So this, yes, we lost Wan-Bissaka early, midway through the first half. But some of these stats are quite telling. 11 men or 10. So possession, you'd expect to be in young boys' favour, because obviously that like I said, was down for long periods of the game. That was 54% to our 46. But the worrying one, regardless of men on the pitch and what we should have been doing within the time, that 19 shots in total from young boys, 2 shots in total from us, 5 on target from young boys, and 2 on target from us. Therefore, the 450 passes, they're 410, but that's irrelevant, really. But like you say, shots. So both of those shots were from Ronaldo. So you're telling me no one else in the entire team at least got a shot off once. I find that really, really, really troubling. Go ahead, G. Let me know what you would think about that as well.
Well, to tell the truth, that you just summed it up yourself. Like, you know, we couldn't anybody else shoot? Obviously not. Jado should have had wasn't Jado going on 1-on-1?
Yeah, he kind of like it, and then he sort deflected of through.
Yeah, and it sort of misses chance.
Hit it. Yeah. It's when you look at those stats, 2 shots in total. Exactly. I mean, Eddie, you sounded surprised with that as well. 2 shots.
I actually can't believe that. I'm actually just sitting here quiet. I'm thinking as to when there was chances.
Exactly.
It's like, the team was playing young boys, right? Yeah, I mean, we saw at 11 men, they weren't looking that good, you know. I don't think they were actually that good. Yeah.
No.
So if you see that 11 men, if they're not that good, yeah, and you go down to 10 men, I don't think you should panic that. Because for me, Ole panicked. It seemed like you just saw, let me just, consolidate 3 at the back. I don't understand the 3 at the back, to be honest.
Especially in the second half, he definitely panicked and decided to bring on that extra defender. And then people were saying, "Oh, is it 5 at the back?" No, it was 3 at the back.
It was.
But then he wanted to panic and
I understand that if you go with because I think he was trying to have the wing backs play as wingers, right? Like Dallo, Shaw.
Yes.
But I don't think, from what I saw, we didn't see enough of that. We didn't see enough of them getting up that touchline and getting it to what should have been like Ronaldo, a few more chances into him. I forgot, when did Ronaldo come off, actually? Was it like
65th or something like that?
65th.
So
was he running out of legs then, Ronaldo?
But say he was. We've got Anthony Martial on the bench as well. It's a strange move. Like I thought, right? So he's okay. So Bruno, your 2 main goal scorers, obviously Greenwood not being on the pitch as well. No Rashford obviously involved. Martial's out of goal scoring form, but he's a striker. But what? It's a strange one. It's just a strange one, and I'm trying to. I keep saying I tried not to make it Ollie bashing session, but it's hard because all these European fixtures that we keep coming up against, the big games, like you said, when you get the against Man City, your Chelsea's, where they're pressing us, and we've got the pace on the break to try and hit them with the counter. But that's all we do. We're not trying to play. We're not trying to outplay them. We're trying to just get lucky and strike it lucky and have a sprint race. Basically, that's what we're doing. So
you know what, Shane? I'll give Ole the props for the kind of idea, because Lingard I think he has more legs than Martial in terms of running on a counter attack. Yeah, so I can kind of see why you bring Lingard on, but why up front though? Like, because that's not a normal position for him, is it? Like maybe to the right of a forward, or linking up with someone that's up front, but not in an unfamiliar position. Because he came on. What I didn't understand what he did really when he came on.
Well, listen,
he didn't do anything except give away a goal.
Okay. Jay Lings, he's going to be doing his trademark, trademark celebration now. He's going to be doing that when he's giving. I don't know, but there you go.
The homage to Ronaldo.
There you go. Well, interesting point here from Gungshi. How are you doing, Gungshi? Good to see you again. Honestly, I think that the game was still winnable, or at least drawable after the red card. Oli went way too negative. Has he learned nothing from similar mistakes last season? Abysmal. I mean, that's that in itself sums it up quite well. It really, really does. Exactly. And it's like I said, I'm trying not to make it an Ollie bashing session, but we're Manchester United fans. We don't want to, but
we can critique. That's what we're doing.
But there is a common denominator here, unfortunately, and it's in these types of games where the opposition may be inferior. They play a different type of style of football because they play in different shores to us. I feel like we need to raise that intensity as well. We're playing too much into the European feel. I've always used to think to myself when I was watching European football with other teams, Manchester United, other than Manchester United, I should say, because Man United always did well historically in Europe, but other teams, I'm like, if we played to the intensity of the Premier League against other European teams, they wouldn't be able to handle it. it used to be the physicality and the pace, but now it's the physicality, the pace, and the technical prowess that we have as well. So that in itself, it doesn't really stand up, and I feel like we should,
See, that game that I saw today, it sort of reminded me of Man United versus Brøndby back in the 90s, I think, when we had.
What happened there? Remind me.
I think it was 2-1 to Brøndby, wasn't it?
Oh,
I can't remember that one. In the 90s. Take me back, G Wolf.
Well.
Hey, how old do you think I am, G Wolf? Is the bald head giving it away, or
my age,
Oh, listen, I'm closer to 40 than anything else. Let's just say that much. So yeah.
So you should remember that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not self-conscious or anything like that. No, I just think
you were closer to 30s.
I'm 36. I'm 36. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're younger than me.
Right.
Yeah. How you joking me? How old are you then?
37, dude.
Okay, yeah. No, we same age, man.
We're same age.
I'm actually the youngest then.
How do you?
I'm 32 now, man.
You're a baby, man. You're a baby. But anyway,
Rugby game with G-Wolf. I'm too young for that.
Mason's point, we should win the Prem. We have a super team. The only thing that can maybe let us down is the manager. So we alluded to this point the other day in regards to what would actually stop us winning the trophy. We all agreed we should be coming out with a trophy this season, and a lot of the pundits, ex-professionals, whatnot, newspaper outlets, I don't know if it's a general theme or they're just like on the Ollie watch, but everyone's saying the same thing. They don't feel, regardless who we have in our squad, in our starting lineup, they don't feel like we're going to win because of who we have at the helm. I'm trying to be an optimist and get away from that, but on the first. So when we have a low block against us, we still struggle to break teams down, regardless who we have on the pitch. A la Southampton. When we've got a European team who is, which you'd say the more inferior side, we struggle to get the win and dominate the game. So again, we go back to the one common denominator. That's Ollie. Unfortunately, not Ollie bashing. I keep saying it, but it sounds like I am. It does. It sounds like I am, but I'm trying not to. But the obvious thing is, Ollie's there. G Wolf, do you think we can actually do anything this season in terms of trophies with Ollie at the wheel?
See, I don't know, because with the Premier League, obviously there's too many other good teams, like shitty, skip rats.
Skip rats.
Sorry, this is what they're called. You've got all of the other ones. Now, man.
Fans are in the chat, they're going to come for you.
Arsenal fans as well, but they're relegated team. They're relegated fodder at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, right, because they got them, I can't see us winning the Premier League at the moment. But if we can get another central midfielder, then I think we'll do well. I think that's what's stopping us from winning the Premier League. And no.
Okay.
You see, this is what
I would say this though. I would say that we will. I think that we'll go all the way in the FA Cup and the League Cup, and also, if we can, providing that we play well, I would say that we're going to get into the knockout stages of the Champions League as well.
That's a big shout, G Wolf. That's a big shout. Go on, Eddie.
Even with the result today.
Okay. Drew, I forgot to hit you up on the, because there is a consensus on the fact or the idea that because we don't have that DM, that number 6, that almost that perfect number 6. It's almost becoming that perfect position now that has to be filled for it to be a perfect team. Yeah. I'm thinking back to a lot of teams that have won things. Yeah. I mean, I just go back to one that I can remember now. There's so many examples, but Klopp making Alexander-Arnold a right back. Yeah, he wasn't actually a right back. Yeah, he's done a coaching system to allow a centre midfielder to play right back. So for me, what if Ole is going to do this? Yeah, he's going to have to work. Maybe I don't think it's magic. It's maybe a little bit initiative and try and work a system where someone who's just a midfielder can play that number 6. We heard Donny said he can play number 6, yeah. So there's got if Man United defend as a team, you could have a Donny in there because people are saying maybe he's not strong enough, maybe he's not quick enough. If you have enough people running for him, you could have that DM in there, yeah, with a proper, like I said, proper tactics around him to do that.
I thought when Donny was playing today, I thought he played quite well, better than Fred.
Yeah, it was all right. But this is why it comes down to people saying, is it going to be a tale of whether, United don't have the manager? Because, like I said, Klopp can make people play in different positions. We've got Tuchel with the way he organises a team. We've seen they're not even conceding the season so far. We've seen the way they like to hog possession. They love doing that kind of thing where they get a goal, hog the middle of the field, 1-2s just like till the cows come home. I was watching them against Aston Villa. They were under pressure a little bit, but still, like when they had possession, everyone's organised and I think overall Man United relied too much on this counter, and you see at the end of this game, it was hard to analyse because of Wan-Bissaka getting sent off for me. So this was always going to be a hard game to analyse things.
Okay. So with that though, with Wan-Bissaka being sent off, so I happen to feel that to Gungshi's point that we should have really still had enough to at least take a drawback. And obviously, barring Lingard's mistake, we probably would have. But that being said, I don't feel like we showed enough. We didn't show enough initiative to try and push forward. But
we didn't have enough finesse or anybody who can control the game.
Yeah, guys.
Once Bruno went off, that was it. We had no one.
Yeah.
Pogba, we had Pogba. Where was he?
This is why I thought Ole panicked a bit too much, because if you look at a recent game where they've gone down to 10 men, remember Chelsea against Liverpool? We didn't see. If I remember well, there wasn't too many subs in that game, right? Yeah, and Liverpool did rightfully take control of the game, but they weren't getting peppered. No. Yeah, and it's like compare Liverpool to Young Boys, and Young Boys were peppering United tonight. So it's like maybe the tactics could have been a little bit better in terms of this situation. And if you're going to be a top manager, these situations come and hit you in the face, don't they?
Yeah, it's always going to be the way. But I feel like if we're being realistic, we don't need to get ahead of ourselves. But
the players that
at the same time, we should have done a heck of a lot more. But at this stage, don't we? Is it going to be a case of okay? Do we have enough? There's a lot of do we have enough? Are we going to be able to do enough? I feel like we've got more than enough to actually do very well, and we certainly should with the amount of players that we have on display. It's an interesting point, and a few people have put in the comments, and I just want to keep on it for now, where basically a lot of people are saying, okay, big mistake, subbing Ronaldo off. I think it was more the personnel that we brought on afterwards.
Yeah.
It's that's more the poignant point, and thanks for that comment, by the way, Hash for you as well. Go on, sorry.
Can we go through these subs then? Yeah, because
okay. But wasn't it? I think so. Obviously, when Ronaldo came off and Bruno at the same time, right? That's made a massive impact. Yeah.
Lingard and Matic for them guys.
Lingard and Matic. So there's no outlet. So even if Lingard was super Lingard on top form, he's not going to do anything by himself with the ball up top. Which is why I did want to. And before we move too far on from that, I wanted to touch on Johnny's point as well. But thanks a lot there, Hashi, for that comment. Johnny's comment here where he's mentioning how many crosses did Sancho produce. So on Sancho, thanks for that, Johnny, by the way. Is he doing it? He's a very good deliverer of the ball, but is he producing enough scoring opportunities at the moment? Obviously, he's only a few games in. But he's under the microscope, so him being taken off today, I think he would have felt like, look, I understand, but wasn't there someone else? Couldn't Fred have come off instead of me? Couldn't it's I would have much rather Fred, by the way. I did, that was an underhanded comment, but it's at that point, do you, if it's not working, you still got to go for the game, or you know, does he really need to? Like he said, he went too defensive too quick. He played it too safe. He panicked, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't great.
Can I just say, like, Jaden wasn't doing too well. I mean, people are saying, okay, he's taking a bit of time to adapt to the system. Okay, that's a good point. But then I'm not seeing even the individual things that he could be doing, such as like even just like dribbling. Like, I've not even seen him beat too many people. Maybe one person in a few games. Wasn't he a dribbler? Wasn't he brought as a dribbler?
Yeah, a ball carrier.
He did well for Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, didn't he?
Yeah,
Very well.
He likes his link-up play too, but I'm not. He has dribbling to his skill set. I mean, you pay 75 mil for dribbling and a passing skill set too. So I'm not sure what's up with him right now. I know it's early, but still, I think we should be seeing more dribbles. I'm not surprised he got pulled off, to be honest, because I don't know, he wasn't doing too much, you know.
Okay,
so
but
I'm looking at the subs here, right? And I'll tell you what, there is people that we could have brought on that could have changed the game. One person standing out is Greenwood. Why didn't he bring him on?
I think with Greenwood, I know Ollie's trying to manage his development, and I'm all for that. But then you can't afford then to be in a position of being in 0 points after your first Champions League game, when you're, I'm assuming their goals will be to at least reach the semi-final with the squad that you got.
Isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Shane, you said managing his development, right? He started the season on fire, right? The 3 goals he's scored, and then even creating that chance for Ronaldo's first goal against Newcastle. Like he actually creates chances off of just shooting. So inadvertent chances. But like you say, if he doesn't do that, Ronaldo doesn't score that tapping, does he? So like you said, it is. Yeah, and I think if we, I don't know.
I can understand what you're saying. I think that Greenwood should have come on instead of Lingard. That goal would not have
because and you're a goal threat. You've always got a goal threat then as well. You take away that goal threat, and it's all. That's why they had so many shots as well.
Yeah.
Paul Knight's in the chat saying bargain basement manager. Wow. Whoa.
Is there a lot of things going on Ole then? Because during Pigo's watch along, there was a lot of people saying like Ole clown, all of that. There's a lot of people.
Okay, no, but so thanks for that comment, Paul Knight's there. Betty's 50. No one wants to Ole bash, but you can't defend his decision tonight. Shocking. Yeah. So that in itself, you know. And here's a comment as well from Sam Gaming. Why stop off Ronaldo? He's world class. They always say the more attacking talent you have on the pitch, the more dangerous you're going to be. You know, it just
comes back to the fact that they're young boys, they're minnows, right? And they shouldn't have been respected like they were a top team to take off all that attacking talent. It always comes back to that.
Gone all out attack.
I don't think all out attack, but you can counter. Like Ole loves counter. I don't get why it didn't work and why you put them 3 defenders on. Yeah, and Matic. I don't know why Matic comes on there. You need like to move the ball quick from defense to attack. It's a lot of matches, you know, for counter attacking. You wanted someone to be moving it quickly.
I don't understand why he took Donny off though. I think they should have taken Fred off instead of Donny.
Okay, so to your point there, G Wolf, right? So what I've been crying out for quite some time, and we all have, is possession-based players. Possession-based players meaning obviously players can receive the ball under pressure, keep the ball in terms of possession. I used the direct example of Fred and Van der Beek. Van der Beek can do those round the corner passes, 1-2s, through like balls and whatnot. Passes. Yeah, exactly. Keep possession of the ball. Instigate a little bit of tiki-taka football. Fred is so erratic. It causes problems no end. Now, at this point, not Ole bashing, but I'm just saying. I'm just.
How many times have we put the disclaimer?
I think we do. Hashtag not Ole bashing. Can we get that in the comments, please? Hashtag not Ole bashing. By the way, guys, we have 61 people in. Thank you very much for joining us. Please make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing as well, because we do want to make sure that all this great stuff is getting to the rest of the Manchester United community, and also any of the Arsenal community that are wising up and deciding to support a proper established club and team. And sorry, I won't do that. I won't do that. Sorry.
I'm surprised. Saying Miyasi, the infamous.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in here laughing like he was before on the watch along. He was just in there sending in super stickers of like an emoji, just laughing. Surprised he's not in here again.
I just feel like we've got to. We've got to be.
The only thing is, I don't understand why we're laughing. We should be angry at United at this moment in time. But the only thing it's just so funny that it's unheard of that United is losing against a Mino's team. We should have been trouncing them. We should have beaten them 5 or 6-0.
Okay.
With the players that we had, but even I said, even when we went down to 10 men. Right, we should at least won 3-0 with Ronaldo, Bruno, Pogba.
I think just holding on for that 1-0, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there's a question here from Harry I just want to touch on as well, because we currently sit obviously on 0 points. Villarreal are losing, it says losing, at the moment, 1-0 to Atalanta.
That's not so bad, good. There'll be a challenge.
It's not so bad, but they're our next game, aren't they? In the group stages, so they're our next game. That in itself, how many points do you think it's going to take for us to actually get out of the group?
You know what? I've just got to say on that point, the Villarreal. I'm not looking forward to that game or to those 2 games, because people are saying, okay, chance for payback, but then it's like Emery knows how to play against Ole with just sitting and parking that yellow bus. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to see. That's where Ole's got his submarine. That's where Ole's got his work cut out now to really work this formula, as I like to try and say, where you've got to have a passing pattern to unlock, submarines, buses, all of these things that people park. Yeah. In terms of points, so you asked how many points. Yeah, I mean, Atalanta, I don't know. I think they might be quite good, because I think they got to like knockout stages, didn't they? Like the last time they played Champions League, didn't they? They were actually all right.
That's right. And to the point there, the guys have messaged in chat saying it's 1-1. Atalanta versus Villarreal, and is a statement from Frenchie 10. Big shout out Frenchie 10. Young boys turn into big boys today. Good one. So okay, they came of age basically. So it's one of those. But I just feel like we do really need to try and establish ourselves now. Okay, we're gonna be of a certain standard. This is how we're gonna play. At the minute, tell me what's our style of play at the minute then, Eddie? What's our style of play?
Our style of play. Yeah, it comes down to the pragmatism that Ole likes to set up that 4-2-3-1, and on that point, I reckon he could have been a little bit more attacking even at the start, because I didn't like the passing around at the back. There was a lot of passing around at the back, and then a long ball that I saw. There was a bit like I like Shaw. Shaw tends to come forward and try to link up with Pogba quite a bit and do some interplay there, but then it's not balanced with like Wan-Bissaka and Sancho doing that. It was like absent on that side. So the style of play, it just looks to be, holding possession a little bit like at the back where, it's no danger. And then, because Bruno getting that assist, that to me seemed to be out of nothing. It didn't seem like it was constant pressure.
It was out of nothing. You're right there.
Shot kind of thing, like
absolutely. That pass was sublime.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
It wouldn't surprise me that would be the pass of the tournament already.
Well, that's a big shout there, G-Wolf. G-Wolf, I've got a question for you here from Josh Smith. Well, it's not a question, but more of a statement. Ole out. Stop blindly supporting a guy that's not good enough. No trophies. Been here longer than anyone else. Back more than anyone other. Get this fraud out, and all those fake United fans who, like Ole.
That's quite a harsh comment.
So, but in terms of the overall message, no trophies. He's been there a long time. He has been severely backed financially. But he just signed a new contract. Are we blindly following him, G-Wolf?
No. How long did it take Sir Alex Ferguson to win a trophy?
Was it 5 years, 5 seasons?
There you go. How long? So Ollie's got 5 seasons to win a trophy.
Oh, does he? Does he? In modern day football.
You see, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah.
Why not?
The thing is, Ole's not playing Sir Alex Ferguson football. That's the thing. That's why you can't even compare
That's the only
timeline.
thing.
Yeah. So for me,
but
Ole's got to get a bit more brave with what's going on. We keep seeing this 4-2-3-1. That's not a Fergie formula.
But how long did it take for Fergie to get the team correct, to get the team right, before he won?
Okay, so you're right on that. He had 5 seasons, or 5 years almost. I think it's 4.5 years.
And people wanted him out. Everyone
He was on his last legs, weren't he? Basically.
Exactly.
However, would you not?
Robbins decided to stick one in and then give it to him.
I think that being said, though, would you not say that this team is sufficient enough to compete for the league? And
they
and
are
obviously,
now.
Yeah. So,
I would say they are now.
Does he necessarily need another 2 years? And that we all agree that this team should really
I'll
be
give
doing
him another year at least.
You should give him another year on top of this season.
Listen, guys. Ole's been backed with about 400 million. Yeah, it's more compared to a lot of managers that have been backed by the Glazers in recent times. Yeah, people say, like G Wolf was saying, there's not the centre mid or the defensive mid. The thing is, like I said before, it comes back to you really can't have a perfect squad. Perfect squads haven't really won things. Like so managers have done well. But managers have done well with but at the same time, you need people that can actually know how to play the ball as well in terms of being technical. Because if you look at Van der Beek, he's not a grafter, right? You see what he was doing with Ajax. The way they were playing, they were letting the ball do a lot of the work rather than the grafting. Because that's what Ole likes. Ole likes the hard yards. Everyone is running fast, slide tackling. Like McTominay embodies that, where he's like, just like almost like a soldier, just going into war. Fred's almost like that too. But against these small teams, like we want to see not just like the hard kind of graft. You want to see some intricacy. That's where people like Pogba come in, or Van der Beek, that kind of thing. So, I mean, people are crapping on Ole quite a bit, yeah.
With the squad that you saw today, would you choose that
finish it there,
squad?
G Wolf. I just got to finish it.
People
are crapping on Ole, yeah, but he's got that morale to a great standard. The way that the atmosphere was in Old Trafford when Ronaldo was playing that debut, that's not just Ronaldo. That is Ole has brought in players, yeah, to create this team where people think, okay, come on, we've got a good buzz at home, yeah. But now it's almost like when you give ingredients to a cook. The cook can't just have ingredients for a lasagna and just slap it onto the stove and go, okay, it's cooked. You have to mix it well. You got to grill the mince. You got to do little different things. So Ole's got to step up with that,
okay. So there was a point. There was a comment made before. Just trying to find it now. Basically saying that Ronaldo now being in a squad will expose some flaws, basically even more so, because I suppose we've got Cristiano Ronaldo at the top of the pitch, and we should be smashing games, but we're coming second best to young boys, and it's not going to be good enough, basically. And to Rachel's point, and it's not Ollie bashing. Hashtag not Ollie bashing, but Rachel's point, we can't win the Europa League. How are we going to win Champions League? Fair comment. Fair comment. I just feel like that was last season, but it's still the same manager. But with the same manager, can we do anything now? Basically, to Chris Burns' point. Yeah, we have. Well, we have better players, but to this point, we need an experienced manager. Plus, people are talking about United qualifying out of this group because they won't be winning the Champions League or getting anywhere near it. So, okay, can we even qualify from this group?
Yeah, it's got to happen because there's teams like Villarreal which will be a problem, like I said, but like we're saying, better players are here now, yeah. I mean, for all the shortcomings of Ole, those bigger players are like Ronaldo, and I see Sancho is. He's got to start doing a bit more better in terms of being like showing his personal skill of like dribbling. Like I said, exactly, I think he will start doing that soon. Yeah. So I just think with the better players now, Varane in there, he's going to be. I think he'll be able to sweep up for some mistakes that may happen. They're definitely going to qualify from the group. I mean, remember we're talking about how many points that might have to be gained by Man United to qualify. Yeah. I reckon at least just 10 in this kind of group, something like that.
Yeah.
So we reckon 10 points will be enough to qualify from the group. Is that?
Yeah. So what's that? 3 draws. I mean, 3 wins, 1 more draw. Yeah, and then, yeah, I reckon that's what they need to do. What Villarreal? I mean, the Europa winners, but are they really?
I think with Villarreal, we'll beat them at Old Trafford, but we'll draw at their ground.
Okay, so that's a win and a draw there.
I think it should come down. It should come down to home games. Is that what we're saying? But
yeah.
Okay, so there was a comment there. Man. Yeah, you're right. There was a comment there from Frenchie as well that I just wanted to touch on. And it's a good point. Ollie's bought in youth. He's bought in fans wanted players. So we wanted Ronaldo, we wanted Varane, we wanted Sancho. He's bought them all in. He's made historical moments. Look at where we are compared to comment. Old managers. Trust the process. Slow progress is better than no progress. That's a fantastic, comment there from Frenchy 10. And thank you very much for Rachel from before and Burns there as well from their comments previous. And that's a fantastic comment. What do you think to that then G Wolf?
Yeah, I absolutely love that comment. What's his name?
Frenchy 10.
Yeah, Frenchy. That was a brilliant comment.
I think it's relevant.
Exactly. Yeah, trust the process. It is slow.
But the slow progress thing is, I don't know. I got a little issue with that because this is Man United, right? It's supposed to be a top team, right?
I know where you're going with this. Eddie. Yeah. I know where you're going.
We've seen progression. Okay.
Yes.
If we look at just the paper, we see what is it? Top 3, then top 2. It was semi-finals, then get to a final. Yeah. And then now it's even better players on top of that progression, right? Yeah, Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. So I don't think you can even rationalize just slow progress now. I think it's got to be. It's almost like putting a lighter to the wood now. But you got to get a bit more of the fire going. Yeah, because if we just have slow progress, we've still got Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. They're going to be making a bit more faster progress if we're just going to be slow. Yeah, because we've seen Chelsea get Lukaku. That's a big one. Yeah,
it is.
We've seen how good he is now. His first touch still?
Come on, Gio. You've been watching him though. He's been looking a bit better.
He is a bit dangerous though, isn't he? So he's a
bit better. He's leaner. He's got a bit of a better touch now. So,
All right then. Here's one for the comments. Right? And guys, there's 63 people watching. Thank you very much for joining us again. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribing and sharing it as well because we want everyone involved. Here's a question for everyone in the comments, and then I'm going to come to yourself as well, guys, G Wolf and Eddie. So we're touching on Lukaku and Ronaldo. The obvious one. Who's going to get more goals this season?
Ronaldo for me.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, Ronaldo for me.
Eddie, you don't. I can see you. Contemplating this one.
Yeah, because it's all about that service really, and because like for me, like people like
Sancho, if he creates 2 goals out of nothing, then
fair point.
Like Sancho, I've got to be getting the service into him, and Pogba's doing all right with the service as well, but. This is the thing. This is why people get out Ole because they're not seeing like enough of a team plan. Apart from because we look good on the break. If we could just be like that every game, which we can't, Ronaldo would be on like 40 goals. Every time it's like counter-attack. So you know what? I can't even say. I can't say. I don't know.
Okay. So
3 goals in 2 games.
3 goals in 2 games.
Yeah. Okay. So. United's in the party. How's it going, Ilya? Ronaldo in Serie A had 29. Lukaku had 27. Okay, so I think Ilya is definitely backing Ronaldo. Shall I tell you what I'm going to say? Ronaldo.
I want it to be Ronaldo, by the way.
I
want it to be Ronaldo.
Yeah, absolutely. But some people are saying Lukaku. Chelsea Wolf Blue Vipers. Yeah, he's saying Lukaku. Okay. Some people are most are saying Ronaldo all day. I suppose realistically, I'm saying Ronaldo purely because he's got that. Someone said in the comments a bit earlier that Cristiano Ronaldo has got Alex Ferguson's winning mentality. I truly don't believe that if Ronaldo didn't start off under Sir Alex, first of all, he wouldn't have gone on to have the career he's had, because he came to United as an 18-year-old boy. He left, a world-class man, and he's commonly said, he said quite a lot. He sees Alex Ferguson as his footballing dad. We all know he lost his own father early on, unfortunately, but he respects Sir Alex massively. When he rejoined us, obviously the comment he made, Sir Alex, this is for you. That was huge. So for me, he has that mentality where I'm gonna score one more than you. I'm gonna outdo you, which is why I feel like this competition he's had with Lionel Messi for his whole career, which is why I think it's drove him to these feats. So that in itself, and not putting it down to just sheer ability, but just pure unadulterated winning mentality. I think that's why Ronaldo ultimately will just get more goals. Like you say, 3 goals in his first 2 games. You can't write that. And we only had 2 shots the whole game. He had both those shots. I don't think you can overlook that too much. I'd say. I've got another one for you guys, and it's not a pleasant one. Because, and I'll tell you for why, controversial but not pleasant. This one's going to you first, G-Wolf. So say, for example, right, because I saw a comment earlier again about Ole losing his job by Christmas. I think the ultimate thing is we've now got a world-class centre-back, which everyone was asked for. We've now got
a world-class
striker, legendary striker, the best of all time, the league goal scorer of all time. We've got him there now. He's got 3 goals in 2 games. We've also got one of the best young talents in European football, and we've got another goalkeeper. What do you know? What if? Under what circumstances? Bearing in mind, Ole just signed a new contract. Under what circumstances? And guys, please let me know in the chat as well. Let me know in the comments as well. At what point do you think Ole then becomes under real pressure for his job to lose his job? What would it take? So we're top of the league at the moment in Premier League. We've just lost our first Champions League game. Under what realistic point do you think the Glazers will start looking at Ole thinking, we might need to look at replacing you? Sorry, Ole. What does that take?
I think what it would take is come the end of the season, because they won't change their manager during the season unless it's really, really, really bad and we're losing game after game after game.
Yeah,
I think it'll be at the end of the season, and that's only if we don't get into the top 4.
Right.
That's the only time that the Glazers will sack Ole, at the end of this season, in my own opinion. But I think if he keeps top 4, then Ole stays for another season, and then we go again.
You think top 4 is good?
Yeah.
Top 3 at least.
Eddie?
I was just piggybacking onto what G-Wolf was saying there. We know that's the goal for the Glazers, is to get the Champions League money. They love that Champions League money, because we saw when Van Gaal, he won the cup, and then
the FA Cup.
No top 4, out, bye bye. I thought he got extra season, by the way, but he lost 100 million, because that's what you get for Champions League qualification, isn't it? So we've seen what Ole's done in terms of bringing the morale up. I've given Ole props for that. I love go back to that record of 10 comebacks from last season, or it was over 10 comebacks, wasn't it, last season? That's just unprecedented. Yeah, that means the players play for you, because we know when you come back from a deficit, you're using a lot of energy. You're going to the trenches. You're going to war for your manager.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where, teams will go down, they'll kind of lose, the morale, and down tools. Like against, like when Jose was there, you wouldn't see no comebacks. It'd be a little bit of depression. Because what was it? Jose got fired in 7th place. So
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Oli came in. And
Ole comes in.
Okay.
It's a bonus to win cups, but I think all he has to do is get top 4. To be honest.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be honest with you. I believe if we're at Christmas, right, we're outside of the top 4, and we don't make it out of the group stages, and we're not playing good football, and we're like, I don't know, say 12, 15 points off the top of the league, I think he's under pressure then, because you've got Cristiano Ronaldo at your disposal. He's proving again that he is what he is. He's legend, a living legend. We've got so much around him, but yet we can't dominate teams like Southampton's. We can't dominate young boys. That for me is telling. The amount of talent that he's got at his disposal is frightening. But to me, I keep mentioning there's one common denominator here, and he's had the job for quite some time now. Is Oli, and here's a controversial one from Kayam. Nice to have you in the chat, Kayam. I take a 5th place finish if it means sacking Oli. Kayam, Kayam. Wow. Thank you very much for joining us, Kayam, with that controversial comment. Okay, so. I meant to say earlier, I forgot to mention. Piggy has kindly set up this backdrop for us, so just in case you can't see the names, I am Bison, Flying Bison, G-Wolf, and obviously Eddie Culture. We will get this sorted for next time we're live, I'm sure. Absolutely. Okay. We love that. So just in case, because I've seen last time people asking who these guys. They probably knew yourself, Eddie, from before, obviously, but
I've been around a little bit.
Yeah, you've been around a while. Too. Yeah. I'm new school, baby. I'm new school. But just so everyone knows as well what's coming to Flying Pig United, we are looking to 100% get over to games, do some fan cams as well, get ourselves out there so we're more immersed in the community as well, in the Manchester United community. So that's definitely one of the things we're looking to do coming very soon. So make sure you stay in tune for that as well at match days as well. 74 people in the house, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe and share. Hold on, I'll go back in a sec. Hitting
those likes, guys.
Yeah, please do. I've just picked up. Where's that gone now? I just lost a comment. It was a fairly good one. Where's that gone? But before I get to that, anyway, I had another question for you guys, and it's one of, okay, Rashford's back, fit. Cavani's back, fit. Greenwood's fit and still firing. Ronaldo's doing what Ronaldo's doing. Sancho's now coming into form. What do you do? G-Wolf, that goes to you first, brother. What do we do? All our forwards are fit. How do we line up? What does that look like to you? That's a tough one, I know. But
me personally, my favourite front three would be Greeners, Ronaldo, and Rashford. That's it. That's all you need.
So just repeat that for me. Greenwood.
Yep. Ronaldo.
Yep.
CR7 and Rashford.
How does that? How does that look to you? So Rashford off the left, I'll take it. Greenwood off the right, and CR7 down the middle.
CR7 down the middle. Yeah.
Okay. Are you thinking goals galore with that then? Yeah.
Goals galore. Yeah.
I love that. So we'll score one more than you, or we'll score 6 more than you with that lineup. Then maybe, I suppose.
Yeah.
See, I'm not liking that one, to be honest, because
You're not liking that.
yeah, because
Cavani's good, but the only thing is he can come on as a sub and just literally just finish him off.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is that?
Cavani.
Yeah, but then you also got, was it? You said
Sancho.
Greenwood. Yeah, Sancho is on the bench
Sancho,
too.
yeah, but the only thing is we've seen what Sancho can do. He has, if he's maybe he needs a couple of needs a reality check of being on the subs bench if he's not going to cut it. So you put Greeners in his place.
All right, I just got to say that my issue with what you said is that you got strikers on the wings as well. I mean, we saw it like last season. It did work sometimes where it's like the wingers cut in and they shoot.
Yep.
And then they're getting goals. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, with Ronaldo up top, I think you're going to be wanting to get more service in there.
Yeah, but so you can interchange them,
with
can't
Sancho
you?
on
with
the
those
right,
front three, you can interchange them.
Right. So with yeah.
What is the interchange with?
You can interchange them, can't you? With the Greeners, with Ronaldo, or Ronaldo with.
Oh, like that. Yeah, but Ronaldo doesn't want to be running the channels at 36. He's a fox in the box now, man.
No. But I'll tell you where he will do. He naturally drifts to the left-hand side. So with that, that then allows for them to rotate. So Rashford starting on the left. Say Ronaldo drifts to the left. Then Greenwood shuffles into the middle, and then Rashford ends up on the right, or vice versa. But I think one of the ways that we do unlock defenses more so is by the interchangeability as well. Is that a word? Interchangeability? Did I just make that up?
I think that's a word.
Interchanging, I think it's called.
Hashtag interchangeability. Okay.
Interchangeability.
Yeah, I thought, did I just make that up? It sounded okay to me anyway. We'll check the thesaurus later.
What are people saying in the chat though? Are they saying their front threes or what? Is anyone
saying? So I'm just hold on. Stop. Oh, let's go to Ilya. Stop this Sancho hype. He isn't a good player. He's a City reject. Ilya. City reject. He's not a good player, says Ilya. Oh,
you didn't watch Dortmund at all, then? You didn't watch?
Obviously not.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Sancho at Dortmund here, and do you know where I first saw?
Champions League.
Yeah. Do you know where I saw a lot of? I first saw Jadon Sancho was the under-17s World Cup. I couldn't tell you what year that was, when it was 16, 17, I suppose. But I saw him, Angel Gomez. Who else was in that squad? Right, Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, Phil Foden. Callum Hudson-Odoi, and they won that under-17s World Cup. But Jadon Sancho was a star in that, and then obviously subsequently going to Borussia Dortmund very shortly after that, and he's been amazing at Borussia Dortmund, truth be told. And that's not a Mickey Mouse league, which is testament to when Bayern Munich smacks up lots of teams in Europe as well. So it's got to take time. I think we need to remember that Jadon Sancho is not long term 21. He's not played in the Premier League before. He's going to have to adjust to a new style of football and a new set of teammates and a new lifestyle. So it will take him time, but I think Ole understands that. Likewise with Greenwood, we should now be able to not put so much pressure on them in terms of playing time as well. So we should be able to rest them a bit more. So not wear him out like we did Rashford. So you know what I mean. So, say again, sorry.
I want to see some good rotation because of all of those.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to now, haven't you? You've absolutely got to now. So
Ole's got a big squad now, so he's like, if we want to win a title, we have got to use every single one of those players at his disposal, and also the formation's got to be correct, and the tactics, like whether to keep on attacking or defending and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, absolutely. I think
I think today Ole actually missed a trick, because I said before that Ole should have actually not picked Aaron Wan-Bissaka and should have picked Diallo straight from the start.
Why not? Absolutely why not? This is part of the rotation. This is what we said beforehand, where Bruno got burnt out before, where Rashford got burnt out before, so much so that he had a stress fracture in his lower back. And obviously the sports therapists are saying that only happens by overexerting yourself over a long period of time too much. So he's overplayed him for basically 3 years, you know what I mean? And you know, he like today, you should have started with Lingard. You should have started with Dalot as well. Yeah, he was right in starting with Van der Beek, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
You know what? I actually said start with Heaton as well in goal.
Well, there you go.
Rather than De
Well, I was going to say, Ole's got to cut out this rushing people back from injury because it's been repeated. He did it with Pogba. I don't know if you remember. I think it was maybe 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
When we had, I think it was that little League Two team in the cup. Pogba was rushed back. I think it was Rochdale. Yeah, rushed back.
Wasn't that Rashford as well with the bad back?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and then he tried to do it with McTominay, I think, against Southampton, and then he was left out. I think he aggravated something. So he's done it quite a bit with rushing people back. So he's got to, like we were saying, he's got to try and trust the rest of the squad, but you got to play them if you're going to try and trust them. You can't just leave them to waste like Van der Beek a little bit. Van der Beek's been good today, but you can't just leave people on the bench and expect them to come in fresh unless you rotate properly.
Exactly. But can he manage that? Is he able to do that? There's an interesting comment here from Chris Burns. It is hardly a blip this game today. Yeah. These types of performances have been going on for ages now. What do we think to that then? G Wolf?
Yeah, it has been going on for ages, but every manager gets it wrong every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's only Pig saying it's only one game. Yeah, it has been going on for ages, and Ole should be cutting out these sort of mistakes, but he'll learn over time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he'll learn over it.
Yeah, Shane, can I put you on the spot?
Yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
Can I put you on the spot, Shane?
Go on.
No problem.
What's your stance on Ole then? If you were to, if someone forced you to say you're Ole in, or you're Ole out, or maybe on the fence, like you wait for evidence.
No, I'm never on the fence. I've always got my opinions. Truth be told, whether it's right or wrong, I've always got my opinions. Truth be told, I think to that comment from Chris, I think it's quite honest, and I think it's correct. I think it's been going on for quite some time. So say for example, and the fact that it doesn't mean just because everyone's saying the same thing, everyone's correct. However, there's a lot of ex-pros that are saying the same thing, and I think it's like with the refs, for example. They say that there should be someone with regards to VAR. It should be an ex-pro as well as an ex-ref, obviously, in there, because they can give the take on playing. Likewise for coaches and managers as well. They're giving their take because they can see what's going on. They can see what happens. They've been players themselves. They know when you lose a dressing room. They know when you're respected. They understand when you've got a starter play, and it's evident. To me, we've never had a starter play other than just trying to counter attack. That's just using our speed, trying to soak up pressure and go lucky, and then try and get them on a break. The 4-2-3-1 when we're at home is an absolute travesty for me. We need to be going bang against teams. We need to be smashing teams. We need to. I know we've won by 5-0 quite a few times, since Ole's been at the wheel, as it were. But for me, the telltale sign is when you get to the semi-finals, you get to a final, you play in Europe, and you're playing against the big teams in your own league, and you're going counter-attacking, and then against all the other teams, there's no tactical nous, there's no tactical understanding, there's no tactical adjustment. You're not able to use the substitutions correctly. You're not using them at the right times. All those things really stack up. So for me, listen, I'm not on the Ole out campaign, but like you said, Eddie, if someone's to force me to say, are you Ole out, or would you prefer someone else? I would prefer someone else. If you was to ask me who that would be.
That's what was going to be my question. Yeah, who do you think that would be?
Listen.
That's a good question.
Are you going to say Conte?
No. Truly, I would have preferred someone who's understand. He comes into a club with a system. He comes into a club with his own style of play. Like when you go to Barcelona as a manager. They have a club ethos. They have a club style of play. It doesn't matter what manager comes in, you've got to play this way. It doesn't matter who you are, you've got to play this way. We train this type of way, and we want to see this type of play on the pitch. For me, there's probably only a couple of managers that can actually bring their own style into a club and implement it.
This is where the Glazers have messed things up, isn't it? They don't have the philosophy for the club. They just rely on the manager to bring their philosophy.
All that, yeah. Which is why you've seen 4 different teams since since Sir Alex has left. You've seen 4 different teams, been bought in via I would say 4 different teams, 4 different managers' stamps on the team in terms of their own signings and that sort of thing.
And which one do you think is the best one
that we've had?
Yeah.
So far?
Yeah, so far.
Truly?
Since Alex Ferguson's left, out of the 4 managers that we've had.
Truly?
I would say the feeling is good around the
just
club.
Give me a minute.
The best feeling. I don't know about...
Sorry.
Yeah, sort that out. But yeah, Shane, I was going to tell you, I'm actually on the fence, yeah? I'm bad at making decisions, yeah? So I would never be at a club hiring people because I like what Ole brings in terms of morale, like I keep saying. Yeah. That getting people to fight for you, that's the hard thing to do.
Crucial.
Sometimes you can make people turn against you, like Jose, yeah, and you can make people just be miserable and not want to play. Luke Shaw looked so bad under him, didn't he? Yeah. So we see that if he puts a hand on people's back, he's really good at getting people to play their game. But then obviously, where that ends, you need tactics to take over. So I always wonder why Ole does not surround himself with these technicians, different coaches, because he's got people like Carrick under him, who I don't, to be honest, I don't think he's adding anything because he's learning himself.
Yeah,
it's because remember when Alex had people like Carlos Queiroz?
Yes, next to him. Yeah, absolutely.
René
Mulstein as well in the training, head of youth development as well. All those people. So for me, when Sir Alex left, and you had lots of different people coming in and out. So to answer the question, who I think was the better manager that we've had, would have been Van Gaal. But given the money that you've given to Ole Gunnar Solskjær, I just don't think, because he wasn't as much of a people person, it was never going to work. But in terms of his tactical setup, he'd make adjustments based on games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what he'd do.
I gotta say this though, I did like that he was an organized guy. It's just we did see that football was very possession heavy in terms of just having possession for the sake of it. I remember the draws that he had in the press. People that were interviewing him were saying, you didn't get the win. But then Van Gaal was like, but I had possession. I had the ball. You passed the ball. I have the possession. But it's like, he didn't win though.
Yeah.
So like,
but when you think of it, obviously he was at the brunt of what happened with Moyes and whatnot. So we was a poor quality team then as well. I know we tried to make investments as well, Angel Di Maria and whatnot, but at the same time, it was like, I don't know, it was painful at times, wasn't it, with Van Gaal? But I wouldn't say I'd want him to replace Ole, but in terms of who we've had, in terms of their own style, in terms of organisation, he was probably the better one for sure. Rush Mano's in the house with another super chat. Rush Mano, my guy, Rush Mano. 28 games away, unbeaten, and no tactics. Come on, really? He's asking.
No one said no tactics. We were saying that what do you call it? There's a certain style of tactics that need to be added. That's what I'm saying, especially because we know that counter-attack's predominant in this team, right?
Yep.
I'm just saying, we need more interplay to come into the game, because if that doesn't even happen, people like Sancho are going to suffer at the end of the day. Because he does look like a counter-attacker to me. Like, so far, he's not fitting into what's going on. Yeah. People like Van der Beek don't get picked because they like to do this interplay. So I want to see more. I'm just saying, I want to see more tactics with the people that like to hog possession rather than counter.
Okay. Well, that being said, then, so I mean, how we looking in terms of so we've got well beaters in our side now, but for me, we still.
Sorry, can I just ask you? Isn't that how you dominate games on the possession? Is that not how you dominate games?
Well, first of all, you need the ball to dominate a game. Yeah. Without having the ball, i.e., possession, you're not going to be able to dominate games. You then become, by default, a counter-attacking side because you're trying to catch them on the break all the time. So that being said, you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities by just simply not having the ball. And what can you say? It's just gonna be a bit of a fallacy, really. G Wolf, before I get to you, Matt, because I've got a question for you. We have Mrs. P with a super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
guys, thank you very much for the support on the channel as well. We are literally loving doing this as well. 81 people now on the stream. Get in the comments, give your thoughts, get your opinions in, because the question I have next, which is going to G-Wolf, and it's a bit of a doozy, so I keep doing this to you because I haven't pre-warned you about some of these questions, so I apologise. Okay, so should Ollie lose his job? Because you kind of fire that at me. Should Ollie lose his job mid-season? Because obviously, to your point, you don't believe that Manchester United will get rid of Ollie mid-season, which I think, truth be told, hand on heart, they probably wouldn't. But I'll give you my reasoning for why I thought if they, under what circumstance they would. If they did, what would be the or who would be the replacement? Realistically, because obviously a lot of people are mentioning, and this is coming to you, Eddie, so you've got a little bit of a blight here because you've got time to think. But this question's been asked a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to start raising the question: Ollie out. Who realistically? Who? Now it's all well and good saying yes, this would happen, that would happen. I would get rid of Ollie under this circumstance. You know, under the spotlight, with it, you're the board. You're the deciding factor on the board. You know, to pull the plug and make choose a replacement. Who would you bring in that hot seat?
See, I would have said that Is it that Nagelsmann that went to Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
I would have said him.
Yeah.
I would have said him to begin with. But as he's gone there, we're not going to get him. So.
Plan B, C.
Yeah, Plan B.
I can see Eddie as well thinking.
I'd actually go for the Dortmund manager.
Okay.
Who's he?
Okay, so I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either. But I'll go for him.
That's an interesting pick.
Because
Why? I was going to say.
Because if we are going to go for Sancho next season, Sancho,
you mean
Haaland.
Yeah.
We're going for Haaland next season. Plus, also we got Sancho, right?
Ronaldo.
He knows how those two will play. Plus, also with Ronaldo.
All right then. Hold on. Okay, I see where you go with this, but before I get to Eddie, then, so based on what you said, then, what different? So you think that? Do you think? Because we'll at this point we'll still have Ronaldo, we'll have Greenwood. Yeah. How does that work? How does that fit in if Harden? Because that's the question that pundits are saying.
I think Cavani will leave come the end of the season to go to is it Boca Juniors? He was going to go to this season.
Somewhere in
South America, somewhere.
Yeah. So if he's going to leave next season, then might as well get another. We're going to probably get another striker, and it will probably be Haaland, and then. Also, I'll fancy. Do you know who I really want at our club?
Who?
And that is Jude Bellingham. I want him at our club next season.
Okay.
Yeah,
you do know we
midfielder that we need.
Yeah.
Again, I'm quite suspect for just throwing out names because I look at fit as well as the players. So Jadon Sancho. On paper, he fits. We needed that right side filled. Yeah. But what happened when we signed Cristiano Ronaldo? That took away that right side. Don't worry, I'm coming back to you for your Eddie for your manager choice. But the point is, when we signed Cristiano Ronaldo, that took away Greenwood going into the middle and working at middle with Cavani, and that's so that right hand side at the minute belongs to Greenwood. So that's why Sancho's been starting on the left. But Sancho was brought in to fill that right side.
But The only thing is, the reason why Ollie's doing that now is because Rashford's injured at the moment. So when Rashford comes back,
it's going to be your starting lineup. It's going to be your starting lineup, isn't it?
It's going to be the starting lineup.
Right. Okay. So Eddie, coming back to you for your manager choice, then you don't get away with this one.
I've just been thinking like a lot for like just the past few minutes. I mean, I know G Wolf from like just hanging out in Pigo's chats, all of this, all the streams he does. So I'm really surprised that you could even answer a possible different manager, because I always see G Wolf hanging the Ole flag.
Exactly.
Always, isn't it?
I'm always Ole in.
But
the other thing is, he asked me if Ole had to really go, who would you do? Like, who would you bring in? And I see people in the chat saying Pochettino or Conte and all that lot. Why do you want another defensive tactical manager?
I don't think Poch was defensive though. I don't think Poch was, because
I still don't think it. But what did he win at Spurs?
Okay, I mean, see, that's the big thing that people use against him. So if we were going to if we were going to ask me, then okay, who would I have? Yeah. There was a point where I was saying Poch should come in when he was available. I was actually saying that because it was a frustrating time, and it was that pressure time. I think Ole wasn't doing that well, and then we saw that Poch on Sky Sports with his long hair, talking about he wants to go back into management. So I thought that was going to be
that was going to be the one
time. Yeah. Because if you just look at the way he made Tottenham go from like a mediocre team to like top 4, going to Champions League final, and then
not over the line. Not over the line.
But then I can argue that some of the players just bottled it. Some of the players didn't, get their foot over the line, because we see with like for most of the season, if they're playing good football, that means there's a formula in there, And for me, in my opinion, if you're falling at the finish line, that's down to a bit of mentality. So maybe some of the players could be blamed for that.
You can't finish it.
No, but Shane, we saw what he did at Southampton too. Do you see the way he made them play as well?
Yeah. He's got a style of play. He's got a style of play. But what are we saying? You need to be a winner before you come to Manchester United? Because obviously Ole won the Moulder League, didn't he? And then obviously it's well documented. So
won the Moulder League.
Yeah. So it's because that's the only team in Norway. That's the only team in Norway. So I call it the Moulder League. So that's the only team I know in Norway anyway. But so you're saying Poch? Is that what you're saying?
I would say based on the way he makes teams play. Because I have to say this, if you look at the way a team plays, if they've got a higher ceiling of football, they can always transcend the situation and win. Just like if you look at Liverpool as well with Klopp, that football that they were playing, they're the average team for me, average squad. I mean,
right, okay. I just think we're gonna we literally. I need to know, because listen, we have to see. We have to check ourselves here. We're top of the Premier League, right? We've lost our first Champions League game. It's not the end of the world. We're still saying we can still qualify.
This is why I'm not even saying Ole or any of the stuff that people do, which is.
It's so funny to see them say Ole, Ole's this, Ole's tactless, Ole's this and that, and I'm just thinking, look.
He's had time in the previous seasons, but
this one's for you. This one's for you, then Eddie. Hold on, got another one for you.
Pickett always calls the French League Farmers League. Lyon won that league. Lyon won that league against PSG.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
But how long? But that's the first time in how long?
But okay, but still. Yeah.
Before PSG. Yeah, before that it was like Monaco,
Lyon as well.
Lyon, Marseille, all that. But anyway, do you know what? I've got one more question, and guys, listen. This one is, we kind of alluded to it now. We've got Villarreal in our group, right? Who tactical genius at the helm? Would you say? No. Atalanta are a dangerous attacking outfit in Italian football. we've just lost our first game. We didn't draw, we lost. Our next game is against Villarreal, who we keep losing to in semi-finals before the final. We keep losing to Villarreal. Do we get out of this group? Guys in the chat, let me know. There are 73 of you in this stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Do we qualify? We've lost our first game of the Champions League. We've got Villarreal next, who beat us. I'm playing devil's advocate here, not a negative Nelly. Playing I'm just not negative Nelly or anything like that. But
not Ollie bashing.
You're not Ollie bashing. Hashtag not Ollie bashing. I'm really not. But do we qualify? Our previous against Villarreal is not good. We've not really come up against Atalanta in recent times too many occasions. I think we'll do them, but I think we'll beat Atalanta because they're going to come out and try and out-football us. Villarreal, they'll try and out-tactic us, basically. So, in the comments, do we qualify? Do we qualify? G-Wolf, do we qualify? Definitely. Am I being over the top?
I think you're being over the top.
Okay.
One game against over young boys. I think we'll thrash them in at home. I think at home, the fans are absolutely fantastic at Old Trafford. Like, but what I can hear when I'm watching it at home anyway, they're absolutely fantastic. So they're the 12th man for me. Yeah. And we always win. On a brilliant European night, we always win.
Yeah, I agree with that. Apart from recent history, though. To your point then, Eddie, do we qualify?
Yeah,
history's got to be made somewhere.
Yeah, I can only see Man United winning because, Villarreal doing the same parking the bus job over 2 games. I don't really see it happening. I don't think that, because even in that final, really, they didn't even have a counter attack if you look at it. Yeah. So I just don't think that they can park the bus too much like that and get anything out of the game.
Do we break him down? Or did they steal another draw against us, or did they steal a 1-0 win? This is
the thing. Yeah, we've got the individuals. Yeah, and we've seen. Yeah, we've got people like Bruno who can do a long shot, boom, top corner. Remember against Newcastle, that was a screamer. Beautiful. Yeah. We've got people who cut in like Greenwood, have a shot. Someone could be a fox in the box like Ronaldo. Yeah, get the goal. So I think these things there are enough to beat these teams that were around now. But in the next phase, where it's like tougher teams, this is why I keep talking about the extra tactics have to come in, because you can't just rely on like individuals doing that or just counter-attacking, isn't it? So
right, if we start our best team, right, this is my honest opinion. If we start our best team, we win.
Yep.
If we start our best team, we win. Because I think Ollie relies on individual talent rather than a system of play. So we start our best team, we win. If Ollie tries to out-tactic anyone, we shall see. But I think we've got enough players on our side. If he starts Greenwood, he can snatch a goal in time. Ronaldo, we've seen consistently snatches a goal in time. Sancho, yet to see it, but I think Sancho will come good. And I actually think Sancho will become amazing. I think he'll become a world beater. I think he's got that much ability. I think Sancho has that much ability. I really do. I believe he's going to be a world beater. I really do. And I feel like...
Sorry, are people commenting like if they like the system or anything in the chat? Like, are people like... Because I want to just hear what the Ole defenders are saying. Like, Rushmana was saying... We were saying no tactics and stuff like
that. There isn't too much of an Ollie defence, truth be told, mate. It's but likewise, it's not an Ollie out show, is it? So
of course not. After one game, it's got to have more evidence, for this season to go onto that kind of level. For me, anyway. Need to see more.
Well, do you know what? I've got one for you as well.
It's just Ollie bashing instead, isn't it?
No, never.
Not Ollie bashing.
So Gung, she's obviously very, diplomatic with his response. We should qualify, but we can't have another game like tonight.
That's true.
Do we have another game like tonight? If we start, I think if we start our best team, I think it's possible, but I don't think I think we've got enough players on the field that can just win us a game at any time, basically.
So who's getting the next red card then, if it's possible?
I don't think, because obviously with all the challenges Wan-Bissaka makes, he rarely gets them wrong. I'll be honest with you. He rarely. He's you know, for me.
Does. I swear he doesn't get booked, even like a yellow card.
No, he doesn't get. He doesn't get many cards for all them sliding challenges that he makes.
He's only been sent off twice, I believe, in his whole career.
And if you think about all the sliding challenges he makes, he doesn't get a yellow card. He's done that stand-up challenge today, and he's got it wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so ironic, isn't it?
You know, stay on the ground.
Is more likely to get red card, isn't it?
Yeah, stay on the ground. Clearly.
But the thing is, what I thought was inconsistent was, that the referee could have sent one of their players off as well.
I missed that. I didn't see that bit.
Wasn't it?
I've seen it, but
one of the defenders challenged. Was it Luke Shaw? Not the one with the header, but there was another one, and he the one on Bruno.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Fully footed on Bruno's upper knee, didn't he?
Yeah,
check him out.
I know what you're saying, but it would have been a sort of more of a making it even, so to speak, than just being at the right call. I think Rachel's comment: Are we going to always be a one more season?
This is the season. This is the one. Because
we've
seen the players come in. Yeah, he's got the players. I don't care about this. The defensive mid thing, I'm not with that. Like I said to G Wolf before, if you're a good manager, you can work some kind of initiative to cover that little area. It's only one area as well out of how many areas in the team. Yeah. If you're a top manager, come on. We've got people like Van der Beek. We've got people like McTominay.
And also you've got the younger players as well, like Ghana. He's up on
the academy there as well, yeah.
Ghana's he's on loan though, isn't he?
Yeah, at the moment.
James Garner and Alanga though. Alanga's another player that we can, but he's not going to get a look in it in a minute, is he?
Yeah,
realistically. But do you know what?
There's options there though. That's the.
I was just going to say. Look, it is Sam gaming again. Why do people defend Ollie? We can't win against mid-table teams. Listen, do you know what?
But we can beat bottom teams like Newcastle though, and Southampton and Wolves.
Okay, here's one for you as well. See how someone get Ollie sacked. Ollie ain't good enough, and Ronaldo won't. Well, we'll put with silly mistakes. Zidane in.
Wow. I mean,
hold on. Hold on a minute. On that one, 79 people in here. United Prodigy said, Ollie's going to sack due to Ronaldo being in, and obviously Ronaldo not standing for what we're doing. Zinedine Zidane in as manager. Do we agree with that? Do we?
I was going to say though, Shane. Yeah, Zidane. We've seen him work in Real Madrid, right? Where else has he worked? Yeah, for me, he actually fits into what Jose says about football heritage. You know, you had the players there to already set up. Yeah, you had Ronaldo playing for him. That's who helped him really win those 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That's a big thing as a manager still. Yeah. But I need to see him go and do the same somewhere else. Yeah. I don't think Man United should be the experiment though.
Because I don't to Juventus as well.
But I think
so. I didn't hear about that.
No. But don't you think we've got the players like at Real Madrid, did have?
About another manager, so I do.
We have the players, but this is the thing. I don't know if he's gonna bring those. Okay, Shane, what was the tactics then that he was doing with Real Madrid? Pretty much then
4-3-3, basically. 4-3-3. And then obviously because he had Casemiro and Toni Kroos and Luka Modric as his central midfield.
Okay. I've heard that. Can you even speak English though? Because I don't know if you'll be able to communicate properly as well if he was over here.
He doesn't speak. He does speak. I can't. I'll say it like I know him, but from what I know, he does speak a little bit of English. How you doing, Zizou? Zizou, how you doing, mate? How you been, pal? No, but from what I understand, he speaks a little bit of English. So off that,
I think to make it work, you gotta be proper.
Yeah.
Good. There you go. That's all he knows.
So we're getting some Zidane ins here as well.
Wow.
It's interesting. Zidane in from G as well. I don't think Zidane will manage any other club than Real Madrid. Not going back anymore, I believe, to management. Okay, that's fair enough. That was Tycoon Entertainment there. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there because you guys have been fantastic. Thank you,
too, bro.
Listen, I absolutely love it. I love it, and we could go on all night. But I'm sure Pig has other streams that he wants to do as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Eddie Coach Soldier. How we doing? G Wolf United. Listen, guys, we've got to do this again. And listen, we're gonna get Piggy on here as well, but he's flat out all the time. So but I'm more than happy to jump on and host some shows. I love it, love doing it, guys. In the comments, I'm gonna run through as many as I can find. Illy United, JBCHD, obviously Flying Pig Gamer in the house as well. Sam Gaming, we've got Robin Cork Miles, we've got T-Borg United, we've got the K, we've got Rush Mano, G, Chris Burns. Listen, you've got LU Manu. Listen, Ilya United with some controversial comments today. Tycoon Entertainment. Listen, Yo Pierre. We've got so many guys in the chat today. Kyan, all the regulars as well. Shazid Ahmad. It's loads. We absolutely love it. We've actually loved it. We loved it. Loved it, guys. Thank you very much. And we shall see you again very soon. Take care, guys. Be safe. See you later.
Exactly.